Hello, my name is Ashton Bell, and this is C-BARQ, my citizen science project. So first of all, what is citizen science? Citizen science is the branch of science that is researched and used by the general population, rather than those who are actually professionals in the field. There are many ways that you can engage with science on a daily basis by simply observing, tracking, and monitoring your surroundings. Some examples of citizen science could be monitoring your pulse or sleep schedule, observing populations of animals outside your window, or tracking daily temperatures and sharing your data. So why exactly does citizen science matter to me? Citizen science is important as it helps individuals such as students to grow in their learning while also helping out scientists in their research. Not only can citizen science benefit you personally, but the world around you as well. An example is the responsibility that I feel to be frugal and exhibit sustainable actions in order to maintain the well-being of our planet for myself and future generations. Citizen science helps to serve society through new discoveries and the improvements in technology that go along with it. For my personal citizen science project that I chose to study, I participated in C-BARQ. I picked this citizen science activity simply because of my interest and frequent interactions with dogs. I've had dogs since I was born, and their behaviors have always intrigued me. I currently have 3 dogs at home, and it's interesting to see how differently all 3 of them react to different stimuli. I was really curious about the complexity of the brains in dogs and their day-to-day behaviors, which is why I study this project. So what is C-BARQ? As stated in the description, the main goal is to understand variation in temperament and behavior of dogs and cats, and the cause of canine and feline behavior problems. C-BARQ is simply a 100-question survey that has been answered over 40,000 times by participants that are dog owners. So why is C-BARQ so important? Every year, approximately 670,000 dogs are euthanized, a large portion of those for behavioral issues. In addition, approximately 4.7 million injuries are caused by canine attacks on humans every year. This means that 1 out of every 69 people have experienced a dog bite, and in the past 15 years, the number of people in the U.S. who were hospitalized for these attacks has doubled. Not only have dogs caused harm to people, but our economy as well. It is estimated that every year over $530 million is paid by insurance to canine-related injury claims. There are many factors that can affect whether a dog will have an aggressive personality or not. The scholarly article I chose to use for this project was titled Factors Associated with Aggressive Responses in Pet Dogs. This article was relevant to my project as it went into detail and studied the factors that play a role in the aggression of dogs. The most prevalent and studied factor that has to do with general characteristics of a dog, such as breed, age, and gender. But having to deal with a dog who exhibits severely aggressive behavioral issues is something that no pet owner should have to deal with. So what can we do to help limit this bad behavior in a dog who is supposed to be a man's best friend, and how can you become involved? The answer to this question does not necessarily have to be expensive training or behavioral therapy. It is actually much simpler than this. Controlling the behaviors of another human is out of our reach. But what if we could do this with our dogs? Collecting data on millions of dogs in homes is impossible for scientists themselves, but now we can help. Who better to report the behavior of a dog than the person who lives with them every day? This is where citizens can get involved in scientific research that is already being used, and that's where C-BARQ comes into play. The survey itself only takes around 15 minutes and is super convenient and easy. First, you enter basic information about your dog, such as breed and gender. Then, for the next 100 questions, choose an answer based on how you see your dog react to different everyday situations. An example of this would be rating your dog on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being never and 5 being always, on how your dog obeys the sit command. This entire process is free, easy, and enables you to get involved in citizen science. After completing the survey, you'll receive a detailed, personalized evaluation of your dog. The C-BARQ identifies areas of problem behavior in the participant's own dog, but ultimately helps scientists collect data on aggression. So you might be wondering how your information is used. The extensive data collected from this project is used and has allowed scientists to figure out why aggressive behaviors exist as well as how they can be reduced. Scientists have already been able to use this research to benefit you as a dog owner, as well as the millions of others. Of course, being able to contribute to learning how to minimize aggression in one's own pet is wonderful, but C-BARQ does much more than just that. The results of C-BARQ can aid in training emotional support dogs, and even guide dogs, as well as dogs used in clinical settings. Not only this, but data can also be used in animal shelters to help match dogs with new owners based on their needs. Lastly, controlling aggressive behaviors will lead to an enormous reduction in the dog owners that are forced to euthanize their pets each and every year. By learning about the factors that play a role in owner-dog and stranger-directed aggression, scientists can work to reduce aggressive behaviors in canines before it becomes unmanageable. By simply filling out the C-BARQ survey, dog owners can help not only themselves but the millions of dogs around the world who we call our best friends.